got my photo built up. So anyway, okay, so I'm back, and I have got now my little handle. See, so there's my little handle. Okay, so now I will just put that right like that, and then I just wrap it around, and you can decide whichever edge you want up, whether you want like this to be on top or whether you want the other one to be on top, whichever you want. And then all I did for mine that I did previously was use some Velcro dots, but of course you could use what do you call it, those you know, the snaps, those plastic snaps. So, and I have some of those too. I just didn't.
Have some of these?
Yeah, you can have some of those. Okay, so there it is. My bows are right, and I kind of put it together. I think I'm going to have the blue on the outside, so I got it pretty much where, maybe I'll make it a little bit tighter so it doesn't just like fall out of it. Okay, so there's that. So you can see right there how much overlap I have. Now if you didn't want all that overlap, I guess you could, you know, cut it down and make your measurements, adjust it, but I just kind of just winged it when I created this, so I just had it tuck, and then that way too you don't have to worry about getting it lined up exactly and that kind of stuff. So now that I have it folded over where I want it, I'm going to stick one of my little Velcro dots, and I'm going to put it, and what I do is put it on right on top of the other one, and it's like, so they're both off and they're both stuck together. And then I just so I'm going to pull it tight again, and then I pull this up, and I'm going to stick it right under here, right under the edge there. I'm going to lift that up. Okay, so I stuck it under there, and now I'm just going to close it down on itself, and that's going to make the other piece of the Velcro dot stick to the other side, and that way it'll be lined up perfectly. Okay, so there's just one. You could I'm going to do more just so it doesn't put as much, you know, pull on it, but you could just do one, or you could just do one on each edge. I just wanted a little bit more sturdiness, so I actually put 3 on. Okay, so I'm taking these off and I'm sticking them together, the two different sides of the Velcro together, and then pulling them off, stuck together. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, and I don't even really need to do that, I'm going to put one up here, lined up in the corner the same way. Okay, so probably about right there. Okay, and I'm going to take this and fold it up again so that I can stick the second piece on there. Okay, so line this up and then push this down. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of burnish it in with my finger, so I'm getting both sides stick down, and then that way when you pull up, it's stuck in the right spot. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. So pull the dot off, stick it to the other side, pull the other dot off. So now I have them stuck together again. Okay, now I'm gonna stick this one up here in this corner. I don't want to put it right on the corner. I don't want to take a chance on it like pulling too much or something. So then I'm going to take it and get it lined up again, and line it back up and close it up. Hang on. Didn't have it lined up straight. Had it kind of crooked. Okay. And I'm going to push that down.
I knew it!
Now you could just use tape or whatever. I mean, you could. It will probably hold for a while. It may not hold real long. I don't think hot glue, it might hold it for a little while, but I don't think it would stay, because hot glue, when you put it on acetate, it kind of peels off at some point. So that's why I think this these Velcro dots work pretty good. Okay, so now here you go. You have this. Your embellishment box is inside, and it can open up from here. The person you send it to could reuse it for something else, or if they want to store it in this, they can. What I liked about it is that for like the swaps, it's not messing up the top. So sometimes when you have a few of these and you go to stack them and they're really decorated up, which is beautiful, but then they don't stack very well. So this way you got your beautiful decoration, but yet it doesn't hinder the you know, the stacking out of for once the person receives it. So anyway, and so yeah, so super simple. That's just what I came up with one day when I just wanted to do a wrap. I just did the simplest way possible. I didn't have any kind of directions or measurements or anything, but yeah, so you just want two 12 by 12 pieces of paper, you know, one paper, one acetate. If you wanted to, you wouldn't have to cover it with acetate, but you could cover it with vellum also. Do it with vellum and then do the shakers. So that would be pretty also. Okay, when I did mine, I also did a, I had a charm hanging off the edge too, so all you would do then is just, I can show you, I can go ahead and do it. So I will just take this back out, and then I would take my, we are memory keepers, crocodile, and so then I would just go over to the edge and put in what size of hole I want. I think I put the bigger one so I could do the, you know, the bigger eyelet. So I would just go in a bit past the, I don't want it too far in because I don't want, you know, then you have to have a pretty big ring to hook on, you know, the jump ring. So I just kind of barely go in. I just kind of center it in within the little handle part there. Just punch it down, and there's my hole to make a, you know, to add a charm. So there's the hole right there. Can you see that? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So now I have my little hole punch so I can hang a charm from the edge, which I like to do. So, and there's my shaker piece with all the different colors, staying in their sections, moving around, and staying in their sections and moving around when I wrap it also. So then it ends up looking like a cute little suitcase. So, and then all I did after that was just decorate it up. I, you know, made my charm and hung it from there, and then I just decorated the front, which being, you know, with the acetate on the outside, it makes it fairly easy to, you know, detach the items that you attach to, so they could, you know, reuse those items, or, you know, put new stuff on it if they wanted to reuse this outside wrap, or, you know, whatever they wanted to use that on something else. So super cute, super easy. Okay, if you don't have a sewing machine, you could still do it. You would just, you know, need to use the double-sided tape, and then to separate your, you know, to separate your sections. If you have one, what you can do so that the sequins don't stick to your tape, even if you put it in just right and line it up just right, you're still probably going to have some edges that are going to stick. So if you have one of these powder tools, all you would do once you have your you know, your tape stuck down, is just take this and go over the edge wherever your tape is. So you can use it that way, or, so I have this, and I also have, let me see, is it sitting up here or is it in my drawer? I think it's in my drawer. And where is it? Thought I had it sitting out. I wonder if it disappeared in someone's little hands. That's what I'm wondering. So I'm not seeing it up here. Okay, let me just tell you what it is. I have to find out what she did with that. She's always taking off all my stuff. Okay, so what it is, it's like a little pillow. It's like a little, I don't know, it's probably maybe 2 inches long, maybe like 1 inch, 2 inches wide, something like that. And it's just a white material, and it's got powder inside of it. So all you do is just, you know, take it, you know, and tap it. Okay, so this is real handy because you don't have to get the powder like all over you. Really, you just, you know, just flip it on there. So anytime you don't want something to stick, use this powder tool. And this is by this is EK Tools. Okay, and then it has a lid, so you can put it back on. I think this even probably comes apart, so you can, yeah, you can, it opens on the bottom so you can refill it. I've had this forever and I've never had to put any more in it. So this is a handy tool for when you want to do stuff like that and not have it stick. For when you're embossing, using embossing powders, and you've stamped and embossed, and you don't want the embossing powder to stick all a bunch of different places where it's not supposed to be. You prepare your area with this first before you stamp, so this stuff doesn't stick to where it's not supposed to. If you have stickers that you don't that you want to use as you know, maybe you want to use them more as embellishment pieces. Oh wow, the wind's really kicking up my flag. It's really ripping. I was wondering what that was out there, that sound. If you have like embellishment stickers or chipboard, and you want to layer it up and you don't want stuff to stick to it around it and that kind of stuff, take this and just go over the back of it, and then your sticker won't stick anymore. Let me show you. Let me see. Just grab one of these. Okay, so here's a sticker. I just pulled off this little sticky part. Okay, so of course it's sticking because it's a sticker. Okay, just take it and powder it up. And now it won't stick. Okay, so these are super handy. I highly recommend it. It's one of my tools that I use a lot. Okay, and when you're doing things like doing like a bunch of chunky layering, and so you got things at all different shapes and directions, and so you got maybe your chipboard piece is covering up only the center of something, so the rest of your chipboard is all open up here, so you don't have it sticking. If you don't want to tear it off and lose some of the dimension from the back, just take this and powder it up, and so the other stuff that you have that you're using with it won't stick to it. Like a lot of times I'll receive like a swap or something, and somebody's layered up the item, and then when they packaged it or something, like a lot of the other, all the other items get stuck to it, and trims and stuff will get, will flip over into it and get stuck, and so it's a really handy tool. I highly recommend it. So anyway, just another little tip for you there. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll try and get back to you. Like I said, I had a couple people asking for a tutorial and measurements, that kind of stuff. So, and you can adjust this, of course, to whatever size box you have. If you have a little tiny one like this, you could just cut the paper down smaller and do the same thing. So, and of course, if you had a bigger one, you can do the same thing too. So anyway, fun little project. Hopefully you guys liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and if I did okay on this tutorial. I haven't really done a whole lot of them lately, just because I have a hard time with Rosalind, but she's doing better now that she knows she can't be in the, unfortunately she can't be in the videos. So she can talk a little bit, but she can't be seen and stuff. So it's broke her heart too, not being able to do that. So anyway, hopefully you like it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.